What's up, my people? Good day, good afternoon, neighbors and groovers. It's Mr. LP with the MPN Network, the Neighbors Way, Placemaking Jax, all of the things. We have an exclusive interview coming up right now with WINEDOWN Wednesday crew. They got their event coming up October 5th at the Lift Every Voice Insane Park, where we at right now. So, we're gonna get into it. Boom! All right, so we're here at Lift Every Voice Insane Park. This is where the festival is going down, right?
This is where it's happening.
This is where it's happening at. So I'm curious to know why here? Why here?
Honestly, this space, this region of the villa really aligned exactly with our purpose of WINEDOWN. Like when we came together to create WINEDOWN, we really wanted to create a cultural impact. We wanted to put forward the black culture, black arts, and make sure that makes sure that it shines. Make sure that we have a good picture of that in Jacksonville, and just knowing the history of La Villa, what James Wilton Johnson, his brother, did here, musically and creatively, it was very on point. You know what I mean?
Ultimately, what Dom said is correct. I mean, as Jacksonville, I feel is going through this revitalization and things are changing here a lot. We just had an opportunity to put our stake in the ground on a space that just needs more love for real. I mean, that was part of the placemaking mission, is to activate spaces that aren't as activated. And we just knew ultimately La Villa was the space, and then this was so happened to be here, so it made sense to help cultivate the space.
So speaking of, this is for you. But speaking of activating spaces, because you're known in activating spaces for sure, respectfully. So I mean, we have a garden out here. We have a lift up ground. We have the stage. All of these spots is being activated. So talk about that. What does that mean to you in regards to it, like activating the space?
I think it's a privilege, to be honest. Like we're coming in right behind another great project with the Jax Photo Fest that just happened here.
Sure.
That was a really cool event to see the actual imprint of the park be utilized in a really efficient and beautiful way to communicate the whole culture of Jacksonville. And I think the difference between what we're gonna do is we're going to really kind of expand the footprint, right? We're excited to get to use, like you mentioned, this beautiful architectural design with the anthem on it, and with just the whole effects of just the stage and the grass and everything is just a beautiful thing. But what we do is a little bit bigger, and so we're excited to come into a park and just with a little bit of work and extra hands, we're going to expand that footprint, and we're going to create not just something here, but something that really truly highlights the beautiful culture that has a home and a heart in this exact location. Being able to honor what people have done here in Jacksonville in the past, and be able to stand in their footprints and then put our hands where their hands work to kind of reinstate that, to say, hey, we're here to recognize and lift up this community inside of Jacksonville because it's the greater voice that's here.
Indeed. So I'm gonna ask a different question. 2022 is when it started?
23, actually.
23,
yeah.
Okay, that makes it a little bit more.
Yeah.
So 23 and then 24 the festival. That seems to be a jump.
Yeah.
That seems to be a jump. Now, of course, I guess I'm biased on this, but you can do it within a month. You know what I'm saying? So there's no problem with that. But I know that y'all strategically thought of that, right? Like, hey, we started this in 2023, it's 2024, and we're doing a festival. Like, all the way from details to it being at Lift Every Voice Park, all the way to it being for like 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? So let's be real about that, and let's talk about that. Let's break that down. Yeah. How do y'all feel about it? I mean, gotta be nervous, gotta be anxiety, but at the same time, I would think that it'd be motivational for sure. So, what y'all think?
Yeah, man, I think it's the people, man. Honestly, I mean, we started this humble event at the back of Vagabond. It was probably at maybe 75 to 100 people the first time we did it. Like I said, this was Rawby's idea. Rawby came to me, and then we kind of put it together, came to Will, and then it just kind of grew from there.
And, you know, we just kept getting support. You know, I think that, you know, we created something pure, people recognized it. Larry was one of the first people to recognize it. After the first wine, he was like, man, I gotta be a part of this. You know what I mean?
And I remember being like, why is Larry so in love with wanting to just be here and do this?
You feel me? Exactly. You know what I mean? This was a time we weren't making any money. We weren't, you know what I mean? We weren't doing anything big. And because of our support that we received, it just grew and grew and grew. I think what we're doing now is kind of natural, honestly. It just kind of flowed into it.
It felt right.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that, you know, we've never done anything that's been forced. We've never, as a group, you know, originated with me and Dominic and Rawby, like he said, and then, you know, we just slowly grew, and now we have Khalliah and we have Larry, and, you know, we have great resources that we all bring in our own individual skill sets. And so when we heard about the grant and we knew the city, and, you know, we all have some experience working with people downtown. I have lots, like you mentioned, I have lots of experience working with these sorts of things. And so for us, it's definitely been a learning curve. It's been a lot to do, but it's felt right the whole time.
For sure.
Because it's not just us. You know what I mean? Like, we have a lot of people that volunteer. We have people that, you know, we get to support artists who then in turn support and prop up what we're doing. You know what I mean? Like, our goal isn't to have our name known. Our goal is to be a place where other people can have their name known. And I think what Dominic spoke to about the purity of what we're doing is why it works, is because, you know, as much as we want to have fun and make an impact as individuals, we're not doing this for ourselves. We're doing it together. And maybe we're doing it for our team now at some level. Yeah. Like, we do have like this bond of family and ownership of the things that we do as a group. But I think other than that, man, we're just doing it for our city, and we're doing it for the people.
I'm glad to speak last because Dom just said something. He said Larry was one of the, you know, who saw it, right?
Yes,
so
for sure.
Wine Down Wednesday, right? It's a name. Wine Down. It's Wednesday. It's a thing, right? Wine on Wednesday. This is different. You know what I mean? This is by the people, literally for the people. And that's where, off rip, I saw the people who were looking at it and just, it was organic. And I'm like, this is how you build something great. Initially, you have to have, when you have that right energy, and this is ultimately what we need in the city, we have to start collaborating and working together. And that's something that we talk about this all the time.
All the time, yeah.
LP, that we don't work together enough. You literally come to WINEDOWN, everybody's working together. It doesn't matter what it is we're doing. I'm from the volunteers to I think it's been extremely organic, and we have these some people call us Avengers. We might be, but like the way we work together, it was just literally natural. Things just kept growing. I recently spent some time in LA, and when you go to LA, it's a lot of vibrancy, but it's because whether it's pockets or not, people are working together, and when they work together and create something beautiful, the people gravitate towards it. So the things have just been growing. It makes sense to do something open air, outside, multiple spaces, just so more people can experience it. What this energy is like on a Wednesday. You know what I mean? I saw it from the jump, and obviously I didn't have the closest relationship with everybody, except for probably Rawby, and then they just embraced me like family for real, and it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go wherever we desire to go, and the people just kept demanding more from it, and they've been extremely supportive and involved in the process of us growing, so it just felt like this is the next step for real. I know it's just a year, but yeah.
It did. What I was gonna ask, Larry being the visionary, right? I want to go back to the origin of WINEDOWN. Yeah. All creators, respectfully, I mean, I would consider that, correct? Would y'all consider yourselves creatives? I mean, you know, some people might be like, look, I'm an admin, and I don't know how to do all that. But nevertheless, from a creative standpoint, right? You saw the void of the creators and stuff like that. Do you realize that you're fostering or like forging these like relationships? And I say forging like respectfully. Right. Like, you're putting creatives together, artists together, hip hop, neo soul, etc. Yeah. But do you truly realize that you're bringing people together to like build more relationships and be able to trust, as like how y'all are doing? Do you realize that that's the impact that you have?
Honestly, like, it took a long time to see the scope of it all. Mm-hmm. cause like I'm more of a the bigger picture type of person. But when I actually took a step back and started realizing what it is that we're actually doing together, and then when I look at myself as a creator, you know, I've always wanted to bring people together on stages, and I wanted to do this type of thing for like the rest of my life. Like I was always in the collective. I always knew the importance of collaboration. And the thing, I know whatever came from my spirit or my energy and efforts, it would have been something that would have been ultimately important for other people as well, significant for others. When I saw that void, artists and events alike, I realized that, you know, that we can do something, that this was an opportunity for me to do something that could benefit the entire city, you know what I'm saying? And I knew I couldn't do it, you know, alone, then again, a collaboration. But yeah, man, like, because I was already creating events back in Tallahassee, like I knew the impact of it all before. I knew the impact of hip hop through my collective. I knew what being authentic and genuine in your teachers was like already producing. And so I just married the two ideas because I'm an artist. I can see it from the artist perspective, and I'm also being a curator. So I knew what people like were actually like demanding and wanted to look for, and what was missing inside some of these spaces. So I just never knew the impact that it would be this massive, and now we're here at a historical park in La Villa. Now I just feel as if the work is never done. You know, the impact has to go higher. There has to be more reach, because now that we're in this position, it's ultimately our responsibility to take care of it, and to actually push it into the direction that it needs to go. So to answer your question, yes, I knew the impact, but no, I did not know the scope of it in the beginning, but now I'm comfortable in that scope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's good, man. Well, y'all doing a great job with it. Y'all bring a lot of people together, and me personally, I truly appreciate y'all bringing this massive type of event before it even a festival. Like, think about all the steps that y'all have taken. Like, I mean, it's always been a very great experience at seeing it online and when I went there in person. So yeah, I just appreciate y'all creators and admin. I'm gonna throw that admin hat on y'all. I appreciate y'all doing something like this for the culture and whatnot. So
absolutely.
What are we gonna expect? We got music, arts, massive amount of culture.
Let me tell you.
And of course the number one thing, wine.
Come on.
Right.
So what? But I want
yeah.
And so just let us know what to expect at this festival.
Man, so we got a lot of different things you can expect. We got a black-owned wine company, MPN Wine Co. Shout out to Anthony. That's going to be facilitating wine tasting in our VIP area. So a lot of people could look forward to that. It's really, really good. I recommend it for sure. You can expect over 10 artists, a couple bands. Love Culture will be performing, you know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
You know, you got Neo Radio, you got some people from Tallahassee. I'm not gonna spill too much beans. You may got some people from Cap 6 performing. All right. We also linked up with Jared Walker, right, Dom? You know, and we were able to get some installations installed as far as like live art. So if you guys like art, you guys can check that out as well. There's a vendor village, right, Will? A big vendor village. I'm not gonna spitball the number out, but it's gonna be filled with vendors. A lot of food trucks, a lot of fire food trucks, not just any regular food trucks, but
high quality.
You got some bangers out there.
Yeah.
I'm kind of jealous that I won't be able to try all of them, but you know that's to be expected. And of course,
that boy Naps.
See, Chef Naps is also catering the VIP area as well, so you guys can get a plate from him as well. Chef Naps has always been a friend of the show. He's gonna up the quality on this VIP experience as well. There's so much to enjoy, so much to look forward to as well. There's a curated cipher as well that's also going to be installed at the show as well at the festival. Travel Light will be producing that, and we have selected 6 to 7 MCs to participate in that, who's going to give a killer performance as well. So,
I think the thing that I'm most excited about is it not just the fullness of the lineup, but like the fullness and the quality, right? So we really want people to come and be here. Right?
Yes.
I think one of the biggest things about WINEDOWN, like when we regularly do it, is people show up to stay. right? We want you to show up to stay. Bring a lawn chair.
Yes.
Bring a yoga mat. Bring a water bottle.
Blanket, cooler.
Bring
Blanket,
sunscreen.
yeah.
Whatever the weather is, we're gonna be here, and we need you to come and stay.
Absolutely.
Because we have so much packed into it. We working with the city and having the placemaking thing with DVI, like we are able to like bring out really good artists, right? So it's gonna be the best artists in Jacksonville. Right, and the cool thing is these are all of artists that have already been at WINEDOWN or connected to WINEDOWN and touching WINEDOWN already. Yes. And so I think it's going to be an experience, right? You're going to be able to come out in the daytime, and it's going to be a little bit different experience than it is going to be in the evening.
Yes.
Right, but we got a great VIP experience. We got vendors. It's just this bigger, like, explosion into public property of what WINEDOWN is, so that everybody can experience it and come through with everybody that you know. Tell everybody.
And if you've seen our marketing, you already know that's gonna be fire. Like if you already know that's gonna be, it's gearing up to be a good time because the marketing has been on point. We went to Tallahassee to go ahead and pick up a couple artists to come back to Jacksonville, so that's something that we're doing. I think a good thing about WINEDOWN is that we always keep things fresh. We always try to keep things, unique and new. That even comes with the performers. So we realized that in order to make the festival bigger and better, we had to bring a different flavor that we haven't brought before at WINEDOWN. And a lot of people actually come to WINEDOWN to experience new music, which is something different that I haven't seen a lot happen in Jacksonville. There's only a few events that I know, Pete, one of your events is one of them that bring different artists out and people actually come and listen to them and stuff like that. And so I'm really excited for you guys to experience this array of artists that we have this time. You should definitely listen to Will and Stay. Sure.
All right, so what do they call it? A round?
Round robin?
Round robin type of thing, just real quick. What's next? What's next for WINEDOWN? Or what would you like to see when it comes to, full of some emotions or something?
Well, wait. Well, there's lots of conversation, because like you said, like this is something naturally that happened for us. And so we've already, like, I don't even know what we're supposed to say right now. Because we got stuff, but I don't know what we're going to say.
So, and you don't have to say anything. It just, of course, it wouldn't be right to ask the question, what's next? You know what I'm saying? Because, y'all are doing a festival. And y'all have been so dynamic in everything that y'all have done. And so, to some, they might be like, okay, well, a festival, it might be the ceiling, but I know good and well that there's no ceiling when it comes to, there's no ceiling. So hence why I asked the question, like, what's next?
Can we tell them? Can we just tell them the general scope of where we're headed? We're going to tell you the scope of where we're headed, right? Because we have plans. Don't get it confused or twisted. We know where we're headed. Now, the direction that we're headed is to bring more and bigger to Jacksonville. What we mean by that is, we've kind of exposed you to what Jacksonville has to offer. Now it's time for the outside of Jacksonville to come see what Jacksonville has to offer. What I mean by that is bringing bigger and more well-known names to Jacksonville instead of people having to go outside of Jacksonville to experience those things. It's now our job to try to elevate the city landscape by bringing more of those talents here, so we can essentially be that bridge between what's happening here on a local city level and what's happening musically on a mainstream level.
Yeah, and just to add to that, I think that one of the big parts of what we've done is that we've grown this into a business.
Yes.
This started out as kind of like a hobby, friends getting together to do something cool. And now we have a business. I got to shout out Carissa, what I'm saying? Shout out to Carissa, you know what I'm saying? Because honestly, like, when it comes to how we operate now, we have meetings twice a week. And Carissa's been integral in that, you know what I mean? Just coming in and helping us to organize. And it's like, now we're seeing like, okay, there's so much more that we can do to actually grow the city if we have order and organization and some decorum. So to Rawby's point, obviously we want to grow bigger and better. And with that, we see many other business opportunities ahead of us. We just have to keep moving in the right direction.
Yeah, it's a multifaceted approach.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, we had a really great opportunity to work with DVI this year, and they gave us a lot of money to make this happen, right? And so we're thankful for that partnership. So next year, we don't know if we're gonna be able to do something in this scope, right? To this size. That does not mean that we're not gonna be doing different things. Because again, this isn't about an event for us anymore, right? This is something that we've built together as brothers and with Khalliah as a sister, as a family. And so for us, we have ideas and dreams of doing bigger things, and we have ideas of doing smaller, communal, more intimate things in other spaces around the city, right? why just over here? We'll go out to Jax Beach. Let's go to different places, you know what I mean? Like, we are culture shifters and culture bringers, right? And we, you know what I mean? Like, he said the Avengers, I think Captain Planet. Like, when we come together, what we all bring in our individual levels help us bring what, you know, one of us has to life, right?
I only have one word, because y'all will see it, but growth. We're going to grow. And growth is not just a bigger event.
Yeah.
Right. Even though, you know,
True.
growth is the word I use.
Well, listen, Wind Down Wednesday crew, please make sure that you in the place October 5th, man. Listen, it's gonna be crazy. Shout yourselves out real quick.
Yo, Wind Down crew, you already know what it is. It's young OG Rawby. Encourage you all to come to the Wind Down Fest October 5th right here at Lift Every Voice and Sing Park. See you there.
I go by DJ Larry Love. Please come out Saturday, October 5th, Lift Every Voice in St. Park, 12 to 8. You can follow me Instagram. I am DJ Larry Love. But follow the Wind Down page, Wind Down Wednesday Jax. You can find all the information that you need right there.
Yo.
What's up? It's Will, aka Vagabond. Thank you for taking a moment out of your time, hearing us, hearing our stories. But be here October 5th. If you've never been to one, expand yourself. Come out. Have the best time of your life.
Most definitely. Hey world, it's your boy Dr. Dom. So happy to be here. Please, please, please come out on October the 5th to the Wind Down Fest. And I introduce Khalliah as well, who's not here, my better half, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's it. It's love.
Yeah, boy, that's a wrap. That's how you do it, and that's a cut, print, edit.